Why are autistic emotional reactions often misunderstood? Imagine feeling a flood of emotions but not quite knowing how to explain or show them. That's often what it's like for many autistic people. Their reactions can seem confusing or out of place to others. This confusion happens because how they experience and express feelings is different from what most people expect. Their brains process emotions and sensory input in unique ways. For example, loud noises or bright lights can trigger strong feelings that seem exaggerated. These responses are not meant to be dramatic or manipulative. They are involuntary stress reactions to overwhelming situations. Another reason reactions are misunderstood is because many autistic people have trouble identifying what they are feeling. This condition is called alexithymia. It makes it hard to put emotions into words or recognize them in themselves. So, when they are upset or excited, they might not be able to explain why. This can lead to others thinking they are indifferent or in feeling, which is not true. Their emotional responses might not match their facial expressions, tone of voice, or body language. This mismatch can cause confusion for friends, family, and teachers. Social communication differences also add to the misunderstanding. Autistic individuals may misread social cues. For example, they might see a neutral face and think someone is angry, or they might take a simple request as criticism. These misunderstandings can cause emotional reactions that seem out of proportion. Sometimes they might react strongly because they perceive hostility where none exists. This is called hostile attribution bias. It makes social interactions more challenging and can lead to emotional outbursts. Sensory sensitivities are closely linked to emotional reactions. Some autistic people are very sensitive to sounds, lights, or textures. When sensory input becomes too much, they can become overwhelmed. This overload might cause meltdowns, shutdowns, or withdrawal. These are not acts of defiance but ways to cope with stress. Their emotional regulation skills can be harder to develop. They might use repetitive movements, called stimming, to calm themselves. Changes in routine or unexpected events can also trigger emotional distress. Supporting autistic emotional regulation involves creating predictable routines and environments. Giving them time to process feelings without rushing is helpful. Recognizing that reactions may be delayed or seem small but are actually big for them is important. Clear, direct communication can reduce misunderstandings. Remember, a lack of visible emotion does not mean a lack of feeling. Many autistic people experience deep empathy and strong emotions, even if they do not show them in typical ways. In the end, understanding why reactions are misunderstood comes down to recognizing differences in how emotions are felt and expressed. These differences are part of how autism influences the brain. They are not flaws but variations in human experience. When we learn to see these reactions from their perspective, we can support them better. This understanding helps improve social skills and communication, making life easier and more positive for autistic individuals.